Gentlemen, Ultrakill
Charge!
More power!
What happens when I beat your ass like this?
Yes, hello there person watching this video, my name's The Beak, and look, if you've ever watched any of my videos before, then you know that I am a massive Ultrakill fan. If you didn't know that, well, now you do, cool. Thing is though, and now this is quite important, I'm gonna pause the music here because this is quite serious. It's my birthday in a few days. I turn 24. I'm an old man, and something I like to do around the time of my birthdays is think back on my life, think about canon events. I like to reminisce, ponder even. And one of the main things I think about are all the different video games I've played in my life. Some bad, some just pretty mid, some really good. And then the cream of the crop. My favorite games of all time. Pokemon Platinum, Subnautica, Sonic and the Black Knight, Club Penguin, Call of Duty Black Ops, and, of course, Ultrakill. On a real, Ultrakill may be my favorite game of all time. I'm being dead at it. I love this game. Look, I'm gonna show you something. Look what I spent my money on. Look! Creature of Steel. I have another one coming in a few months. And since I'm such a massive Ultrakill fan, I guess it also makes me part of the online, I don't know what to call it, the online Ultrakill fan community. And I'm sure you, person watching this video, you on the other end of the screen, since you're watching this video, you're probably in the same boat as me. So I think you'll agree with me when I say that when you're rotting in your bed at 3 in the morning, melting your brain on YouTube shorts, it's an Ultrakill video. This is something I was doing the other night, and then I saw this short. At Grok, can I get a true? This short resonated with me on a spiritual level. Because sure, while Ultrakill does have its more ironic moments, hamster, fishing, dating. For the most part, Ultrakill is what are some video essay YouTuber words I can use here? Narratively speaking, a more tragic game. Whereas, I wanna say 90% of the online fan community is filled with shit. It's filled with shit like this. Brother, I have seen somebody recreate War Without Reason with a cat, and today I want to dig into it. And now with all that introductory stuff out the way, also please subscribe, leave a like on this video, follow my Instagram, join my Discord server, all the usual YouTuber stuff. Two things. Firstly, I want to say a massive thank you to this video's sponsor, Akiflow. Look, take it from me, I will be the first person to tell you that the older you get, the more things start filling your day. Wake up. Think about Ultrakill, eat breakfast, ponder about Ultrakill, eat lunch, play Ultrakill, eat supper. Think about Kerbal Space Program. At the moment, my life hasn't felt more busy. But with the help of Akiflow, I've been able to stay on top of everything. Akiflow is the ultimate productivity and time management tool that will help you streamline your day-to-day life and your day-to-day planning. How they do that? Time blocking. Letting you directly drag and drop events into your calendar. Seamless integrations with Gmail and a whole bunch of other systems. An AI co-pilot that learns your routines and auto-assigns tasks to help you save time and improve your productivity. Heavy customization like color coding and morning rituals and a whole bunch more. Akiflow really has helped me get a grasp on my daily tasks. In between making this video, the one that you're watching right now, I've had to plan my birthday, and without Akiflow, it would have been a nightmare. It would have been horrible. And if you want want to find out more about Akiflow, you can even book a one-on-one onboarding call with Akiflow where they'll go more into depth about it with you. So if you want to take control of your schedule and boost your productivity with Akiflow, be sure to click on the link in the description and pin comment. Thank you Akiflow for sponsoring this video. And secondly, with all that stuff out the way, okay, let's pause the music again, because sure, while you may know what Ultrakill is, you might have done a blood sacrifice to get your hands on the Minos Prime U2s. Somebody else, they may be thinking in their brain, what in the name of all that's holy is Ultrakill? Why is this old man on my iPhone screen soy-jacking about this game that I've never heard of before? I've seen plenty of comments saying, well, I don't know what Ultrakill is, so it's time that I enlighten you. Welcome to the hello, my name's The Beak, and I finally get to talk about Ultrakill in a video section of this video. Now, where to begin? Okay, Ultrakill, created by a game developer called Hakita and published by New Blood Interactive, is Dante's Inferno if Dante was a blue robot called V1, a robot with a lot of coins. But what is Dante's Inferno? Basically, to keep it brief, because there is a lot of stuff here, like a lot, almost as much as every single FNAF game theory video, Dante's Inferno forms part of the larger Divine Comedy. If you want to put on your nerd glasses and stick your finger in the sky, Dante's Inferno is the first part of the Divine Comedy. What happens is that the poet Dante, guided by Virgil, goes on a journey through the 9 circles of hell, each of which representing a different category of sin and punishment. Limbo, lust, gluttony, greed, anger, heresy, violence, fraud, which is coming out tomorrow, and treachery. I think they forgot one. But what if we turn all of this into a boomer shooter? Well, you get... Yeah, at its core, Ultrakill is a boomer shooter, but now being completely honest here, what that actually technically means, I don't really know. Look, I'm an old man, but I'm not a boomer. I do know one though, my editor, the channel with the freakishly long name. He makes really good stuff, you should check him out. Hello.
What do you want?
I need you to explain what a boomer shooter is in a minute or less, please.
Hello, my ladies and longs. It's me, the reason you're watching this video.
So you might be wondering to yourself, what is a boomer shooter? Well, it's in the name, moron. A boomer shooter is primarily a name given towards a first-person shooter that harkens back to the good old days before you could hear Plankton moan sensually thanks to AI. A lot of these games have been tweaked and expanded upon in various different ways by a lot of games like Ultrakill, but the main way to describe boomer shooters is that they're more focused on gameplay rather than lore. Some of them may have lore that expands upon the worlds and characters, but for the most part you can tell them to piss off. And outside of the lore, most of these games tend to follow a simple level-by-level structure that favors larger arena-style locations instead of the COD shit we've come to know and loathe. Fun fact, Call of Duty-style campaigns are what we call spunk goggle wee-wee, meaning that you generally get dropped into a level, commit large-scale genocide in these massive-ass maps, maybe find some secrets or some key cards in order to further your progress, and then go about your merry way onto the next stage. And generally when it comes down to these types of games, the gunplay is pretty much the essential. And when it comes to boomer shooters like these, much like the games that helped inspire them in the past, these are probably the games where you'll find the most varied and unique weapons you'll ever find inside of first-person shooters. So the best way how I can simplify what a boomer shooter is this good, this bad. And just to make sure that you're all paying attention here, here's some Subway Surfers gameplay to really drive my point home.
Hello, I'm back. Is all that information in your brain? Are you processing it with your neurons? Good. Because now that we've covered all the bases, I think it's finally time that you and me, we dig in. Ultrakill, this game is amazing. Like, generally, I'm not being hyperbolic here. This game fucks. And to start, I want to place our focus on probably the most important aspect of any boomer shooter. Something that has to cook in order for it to be good. The gameplay. Now, look, I'm about to soy jack again because Ultrakill, it probably has some of, if not the best gameplay in any first-person shooter game I've ever played. Like most other boomer shooters, the more you play, the more you progress. As you go from Limbo into Lust, I love how this layer looks, by the way. Oh my god, spice. Into Gluttony, into Greed, so on and so forth, the more stuff you unlock. But you want to know what buzzword I'm going to flash on screen next to me right now? Synergy. The way all the guns work and go together in Ultrakill. Hello, Gordon Ramsay. Now, trust me, I'm not going to cover all of it here for two reasons. Firstly, there's just way too much stuff to cover. And secondly, I don't know how to do half this shit. But Ultrakill is full of tech, especially when it comes to the weapons and the movement. Sure, you could shoot your pistol, but what if you toss a coin in the air and shoot it? Oh, okay, it ricochets off. It's like that one Aaron Black Mortal Kombat fatality. What if I shoot the coin with my rail cannon? Okay, that ricochets off too. But now, what if I toss a coin in the air and then shoot it with my rail cannon and then toss more coins? You get rail coining. A technique where the electric rail cannon's beam is ricocheted through the same enemy multiple times, maximizing. And this, we're not even scratching the surface here. We're looking at it. Hot swapping your weapon, making That's barely any of it, by the way. Like, there is so much. My brother, you can punch your shotgun bullets in this game to make explosions. This game is genuine P. And hey, while we're talking punching your shotgun bullets to make explosions, this mechanic, it's all thanks to one of the most important things in the entirety of Ultrakill. Parrying. Parrying is integral to Ultrakill. If you get your timing right, you can parry everything. Sinister, scary red orb of death and destruction coming your way. Big walking corpse wants to swat you like a mosquito. Kiss my ass! You get the point. Parrying is crucial. And the sound it makes, it's so satisfying. Just play it again. But now you may be thinking to yourself, okay, cool, peak gameplay, but what about Ultrakill's story? You know, what about the narrative experience? Well, as I alluded to earlier, Ultrakill, and warning, spoilers incoming, massive spoiler warning, spoilers incoming. Ultrakill is heavily inspired by Dante's Inferno. You play as a robot called V1 who fuels himself with blood. I wonder if Hot Topic has any specials today. And the more levels you complete, the lower down into hell you descend. You take out some demons. Maurice. Fight. Hang on. Is that me? And then, this is the first time you come across, I think it's pretty safe to call him, the main antagonist of Ultrakill.
Machine, turn back now.
Behold, the power of an angel!
This is Gabriel, the judge of hell. Not only, I think it's pretty safe to call him the main antagonist of Ultrakill, but one of the most feared angels in the entirety of the kingdom of heaven, the whole thing. You want to get shit done? You call Gabriel. He's a proper boss man. His mission is simple. Stop you disgusting, dirty machine. Bro, the first time I met Gabriel, he made me his bitch. He fucked me up. But eventually, I beat him. And then I went on an Egyptian holiday, fought myself again, didn't give money to the homeless, destroyed a character that would get shamelessly ripped off in God of War 2018, ascended to a fourth dimensional astral plane, and then...
Limbo. Lust. All gone.
Oh no, he's aura farming. Oh, I'm about to get my shit rocked.
Machine, I will cut you down, break you apart, splay the gore of your profane form across the stars. I will grind you down until the very sparks cry for mercy. My hands shall relish ending you here and now!
The second time you come across Gabriel and Ultrakill, you thought the first time was bad? My brother, you ain't seen anything yet. You see, after you beat him for the first time, Gabriel, an angel, was cut off from the father's light. He got booted off the family Netflix account. And Gabriel, to prove himself worthy again, he got tasked with game-ending you V1 in 24 hours. Or he would face certain death. And you feel that in this boss fight. Bro is pissed off, he's fuming, he's rage baited, he moves faster, he hits harder, he shouts louder, doing everything he can to put you in the ground. The thing he failed to do the first time that you two met. But then you beat him again. And this is where shit starts getting really real. After failing to beat you a second time, Gabriel decides to take matters into his own hands. If he can't be on the family Netflix account, nobody can. Holy shit. And right now, this is where the main story of Ultrakill ends. Oh, but the beak, what about violence? We're getting there in a minute. But yeah, as I said, main story-wise, this is where things are kinda at right now. Gabriel failed to take you out, got punished by his bosses, failed a second time, took out his bosses. And the same was true when I first played Ultrakill. This is where the game ended, in perfect hatred. And hey, that was really fun. But I'm gonna go play something else now.
Several months later.
Oh, cool. There's a new Ultrakill layer. It's called Violence. Okay, cool. I'll give that a play. Oh my god, this game is goated. But also, what does any of this mean? Minotaur with a crossed out name, blood trees, 1000 THR, Earth Mover Benjamin? What is happening? I'm so confused. I've got no knowledge of any of this. And it was at that very moment, once I had finished Violence for the first time, that I decided to do something. I was gonna replay all of Ultrakill, but differently. I wanted to dig deeper. I wanted to learn more because sure, while I had finished the main story, I don't know, I felt like more stuff was being hidden from me, just begging to be uncovered. I was tired of being confused. Oh, and more importantly, you see, Ultrakill has a ranking system, and okay, what if I try to get 3 S's for a level without dying in it? Well, okay, cool. That gives me a P rank. And now, what if I try to P rank every single level? And this right here, this letter P, is how everything changed for me. It's how I grew from really liking Ultrakill to loving it. To see, person watching this video, lots of Ultrakill's deeper narrative is hidden behind you, A, picking up context clues and going out of your way to seek out information by reading books and reading terminals, and B, getting good at the game, P ranking every level. Because once you do, well, that's when you learn what this letter P stands for. Pain, suffering, and judgment. Once you P rank every level, you're able to open these 2 massive doors and discover Ultrakill's secret boss fights. The fights against, at the time of me recording this video, the 2 Prime Souls, Minos Prime and Sisyphus Prime, my sleep paralysis demons. Dog, if you thought Gabriel was hard, fuck it. It's child's play, especially compared to Sisyphus. Holy shit. Holy shit.
I don't even think you really know what a bad day is.
Finally beating this guy after literal hours, it's a top 10 life achievement of mine. It's next to learning how to drive and completing university. I still have nightmares about this boss fight, bro. When I go to a restaurant and the waiter asks me, well, okay, what do you want for an appetizer? Yes! Holy shit! Oh, holy shit! But now you may be thinking, who are these people? You know, like Sisyphus Prime? Sisyphus, the guy who pushes rocks up a hill? And then, like, you know, Minos Prime, right? And then Corpse of King Minos. Like, how do these two come together? And then, okay, like the big robot thing, THR 1000, whatever it's called, Benjamin. Who is this person? To work all this out, as I said, you really need to put together context clues and do a bit of reading. And trust me, once you do, you will discover that Ultrakill, it isn't just a game about a blue robot with 1,000,000 coins in his pocket. No, Ultrakill is a story about humanity's obsession with war being its undoing. Betrayal, fear, revolution, corruption, sentient machines, the disappearance of God, kingdoms ruled by fear, and so much more. Tonally, Ultrakill as a game, it's quite dark when you really think about it. Sure, it does have its jokey moments, but at its core, the ideas that Ultrakill's world and lore are based on, they're pretty tragic, honestly. Digging into Ultrakill's lore, it's really opened my eyes to that fact, and I'm gonna be completely honest here, it's made me love it even more. If you haven't played Ultrakill, you really should play it, because, well, A, it's a really good game, and B, well, you know how your phone's always listening to you, like, you know how these things pick up everything that you do? The more you play Ultrakill, the more you'll talk about Ultrakill, right? And the more you talk about Ultrakill, well, the more you'll start seeing, the more you'll start seeing shit like this.
You can't escape.
Now, remember how all the way back in the intro of this video I said that, what was it, like 90% of Ultrakill's online fan community is filled with shitposting? I wasn't lying. Whenever you go on the internet in the Big 25 and search up anything to do with Ultrakill, you will find somebody joking as shitposting. Like, take the Fraud teaser trailer from the PC gaming show a couple of months ago. A show that I missed because I was too busy playing War Thunder in real life. They even have an SR-71 Blackbird. This video's comment section is filled with two things: people being excited for the new layer and shitposting. Thank you, Mr. Ultrakill. Can't wait for layer 9 tomorrow. I'm frauding it so good. 017, hello neighbor. What happens at 17 seconds? Oh, for fuck's sake, man. What is a tonally serious game has a very tonally unserious fan base, bro. The amount of random shit people have gotten Gabriel's voice actor Gianni to say, it's like, what the fuck?
Jesus answered, I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. $6 shrimp special!
What does this mean? Would you pound V1's brat robo-ussy because it threw a fistful of quarters into your dick?
And standing here and coming up with a game theory about why I think this has happened, why the Ultrakill fan community is just so what it is. I think it has to do with P-rank induced psychosis. Okay, I'm sure there is other stuff also, like modern internet shitposting culture and like all of that type of stuff, all of us being terminally online, but yeah, P-rank induced psychosis. Look, Ultrakill is a challenging game, and trying to P-rank every level, it's even harder. It takes a lot of time, and you'll feel like you're losing your mind, especially when you get your reward for P-ranking everything. The Minos Prime fight and the Sisyphus fight. I still hear their voice lines in my brain when I close my eyes at night. Voice lines that have also become quite big jokes in the community, you know, like, Judgment, thy end is now a visitor, indeed, I have slept long enough, Gabriel Sue, machine. Speaking from my own experience, I find lots of these jokes funny because of the amount of shit these fights put me through and how my mind was blown by how insane they are. I had never experienced anything like this in a game before, really. The only thing that comes close is it's like Dark Eater Medea from Dark Souls 3. Now, some of them can be a bit too Reddit pilled for my liking, like some do skirt the line of being a bit r/funny for my taste. But for the most part, they do get chuckles out of me. You know, I exhale air out of my nose, and I'm sure you might feel the same way as me, person watching this video. And hey, while we're talking the Prime Souls fights, I also think they made these characters iconic. Maybe more so Minos than Sisyphus. I feel like I see more Minos jokes. Look, it's a white thing with a black hole in the middle. Justice for Sisyphus, he deserves more. And I think after seeing these jokes over and over and over and over and over again, it was a bit of a snowball effect for me. Like, I remember after first beating Minos, all I would see on my TikTok were Minos Prime jokes. And remember how I said, you know, your phone is always listening to you, it knows what you did. I would talk about Minos Prime to my friends and how they need to fight him, how they need to experience it. And then because of that, since my phone is listening to me, it would show me Minos Prime jokes. And then I would interact with those Minos Prime jokes, and then more Minos Prime jokes that get recommended to me, like algorithm type shit. More and more and more Minos Prime jokes. This jokey culture, the Ultrakill Fanbase, has been so embedded in my brain that my Roblox character is Minos Prime. It's kind of wild in all honesty. My brother, I tried to make my Gorse Prime and Warframe cosplay V1. Oh, and while we're talking jokes and shitposting, it's not like this is a solely community endeavor thing. Nah, God no. Ultrakill's developer Hikita also partakes in this joking around, further strengthening this, and look, I know I'm gonna sound like a boomer digital marketing lecturer here, further strengthening this meme culture. Look at most of the secret levels Ultrakill has. Sure, while I personally don't include them when talking about Ultrakill's deeper tone and story and all of that type of stuff, it's not like they aren't in the game or are some fan contributions or are a mod or something. Nah, God no. These are official things in Ultrakill. This game has a dating minigame in it. Lots of people in the Ultrakill community probably they probably lost their minds when they first saw this because, well, remember how earlier I said that 90% of the online Ultrakill fanbase is filled with shitposting? I think it's time that we look at the other 10%. Now, I want to say about like 2% of that fan base is filled with people who unironically want to sleep with these characters. It's filled with but the other 8%. It's good to see you again, Gordon. Oh, wait, what's that? You're telling me you brought a friend along with you? Guy Fieri? Bro, some people in this community have created such goated fan content. They cook. First up, you got all the TikTok edits people make about TikTok, but then you get the real spice, you know, just the real sauce. Fan music, fan animations, artwork, all of that type of stuff. Starting with fan music, oh my god, bro, some people are so talented. Like, Ultrakill's music is already peak. I listen to it almost daily, but sometimes I will be listening to my YouTube Ultrakill soundtrack mix, and then I will hear a fan song, and oh my god, this shit's fucking fire. Like, there's this one music creator called Dove. His Ultrakill fan music, oh bro, this shit is insanely good. Like insanely good. You need to listen to it. And while we're talking insanely good stuff, bro, just look at your screen. If you aren't paying attention, look. Just look at this peak. I know I'm gonna butcher this name here, but this YouTuber, Ichello, I think is how you pronounce it. He's made a good couple of Ultrakill animations, all based on the main boss fights in Ultrakill. So your Gabriels and your Minoses and your Sisyphuses and the homeless guy, etc, Benjamin, all of them go ridiculously hard. When I first watched this Earth Mover animation a couple of months ago, oh my god, my mind was blown. This shit is insane. Like, this is ridiculously good. This is crazy. Another goated Ultrakill animation. Ultrakill reimagined Mechanical Hellfire Season 1 Episode 1 by the YouTuber Dumb Advent. Oh, and of course, if I'm gonna talk about animations involving Ultrakill stuff, I need to bring up Indie Cross. Spoilers if you didn't know this, but Gabriel and V1 show up. And you know what? Honestly, seeing all of this stuff, I think it makes me love Ultrakill even more. Like, sure, while 90% of the community is shitposting, this stuff like the art and the fan animations and the fan music, oh my god, it's so cool. But I do have one critique for the online Ultrakill fan base. Yeah, person watching this video, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it's not solely glazing. There is one thing that some people in this community do that's really, really annoying, and that's backseat gaming. Some people in this community love to backseat game. Basically, what they'll do is they'll find somebody playing Ultrakill and then give them advice. I'm gonna put that in massive quotation marks here. Advice on how to actually play the game. It boils down to,
you're not playing Ultrakill how I think you should be playing it.
Now, I get it, I completely understand. You may think that you're being helpful, but on the other hand, it's like, just don't be one of these people. It can be really, really, really annoying. It's just like, don't be a dick. You know, just don't be a dick. People will play Ultrakill completely different from one another. Like, that makes complete sense. And to be honest, I think trying to dictate how someone should play the game, it takes a lot of fun out of experiencing it for yourself and coming up with your own stuff and just playing the game for yourself. Ultrakill is so rich with content and how to do things. So naturally, people will find their own way to do said things. Like, how I play Ultrakill is probably really different to how you play Ultrakill. And that's completely fine. Like, it's completely chill to play the game how you want to. People will play Ultrakill how they want to. They'll play it how they want to. Now though, I think it's time to wrap this video up in a nice coin-shaped bow. Look, I love Ultrakill. I really, 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 really do. There's so much that I haven't even spoken about in this video that I could go on for hours about, you know, like cybergrind and theorizing about the future of the game and encore levels and all of that type. But as I said, we'd be here for hours. Like maybe I'll make a video on fraud when it comes out tomorrow. For now though, look, as I said earlier, Ultrakill is a game that when you dig into it, isn't solely a boomer shooter about a blue robot with 1 million coins in his pocket. Nah, god no. It's a story about tragedy, betrayal, humanity's obsession with war, all of that type of stuff. But then, the online fan base is mostly filled with shitposting. Sure, you got your goated content, but 90% is shitposting. And I find that really funny and really interesting. It's this massive contrast, huh? It's like tonally serious game, tonally unserious fan base. And I think that's cool. I think it shows how much people just like me love Ultrakill and are passionate about it. If you're gonna take anything away from this video, person watching this video, you on the other side of the screen, please play Ultrakill, because who knows, maybe it'll become your new favorite game. Thanks for watching. Be sure to leave a like on this video, you know, subscribe, all the usual YouTuber stuff. Thank you Akiflow for sponsoring this video, and yeah, I'll see you soon.
Subscribe to the Bee.